Welcome back to the Ask the MOH questions. I'm Janet DeMille, Medical Officer of Health of the Thunder Bay District Health Unit, and I'm really excited to be here today doing this session because we received some videos from kids asking their questions about coronavirus and in this pandemic. So I'm really excited to be able to answer this. So I'm going to listen to the first one. I'll get that.
Good girl, Kumail. Who's a good girl? Yeah. Oh. Hi there. Can you tell me if there are any foods we're not supposed to eat because of COVID? Oh, hey buddy. I was just wondering if we could go to school before September.
Oh, I love that. Hi there. I love the cartwheel too. So the first question is about if there's any foods that you can't eat because of coronavirus. And the short answer is basically you could eat what you want. There's no need to eat differently because of this virus. Certainly, you know, I'm in public health. I always encourage healthy eating, the fruits and the vegetables and things like that. And certainly maintaining your health is a fairly important thing to do to fight off any infection. So the second question is about, you know, can we go back to school before September? So, you know, it looks like, earlier this week, the Premier did announce that school will be closed for the rest of this school year. And there will be plans to reopen in September. And so that's what we anticipate, and that's what we're planning for. Okay, next question.
Hey, Dr. DeMille, can I play outside with my friends? And when are we going to get a vaccine?
So that's a great question, and I'm sure we all want to get outside right now. It's so nice and so warm, and the sun's out till a lot later. I certainly feel that way. And it is important to get outside, and we do see things opening up, and so there will be more opportunities to get outside and more things to do. At the present time, when we go outside, though, we need to still stay within our household bubble, like we talked about last week. So we can go outside with people of the same household. But right now, we're really not to be interacting in any larger groups or with other families or with so that's just as it relates to the friends. And so still look at other opportunities to connect with your friends, including electronically. The next question is about when will we have a vaccine? Oh, that's an excellent question, and certainly one that I would like to know the answer to. I can tell you, though, that a lot of work is already happening about, you know, looking at a vaccine for this virus. And we know a lot about vaccines, and so that work is going to continue, and hope to get it, you know, at some point in the next couple of years. Okay, next question.
Hi, Dr. DeMille. Why is it called coronavirus?
That's a great question. So it's called coronavirus because if you look under an electron microscope at the virus, which is really small, it looks round with all these little spikes around it. I think those are proteins, kind of spikes. And it looks like a crown. And the word corona comes from Latin, which is an ancient language, and it means crown. So that's how it gets its name. Oh, next question.
Oh, hi there.
Oh, hi there. We were wondering where COVID-19 originated from.
Oh, you two are very funny, very amusing. Where did COVID-19 come from? Well, this is part of a large family of coronaviruses, and coronaviruses are fairly common in different animal species, including human beings. In fact, there are some subtypes of coronavirus that cause the common cold. Those are the run-of-the-mill coronaviruses. So this novel coronavirus, though, novel means new, so this is new to human beings. But it does come from an animal species, and what happens very rarely is that the virus, that a subtype of coronavirus, can go from an animal species to a human, and if it figures out how to transmit between humans, then there can be spread of that virus among people. And that's what happened with this one. So the novel coronavirus somehow made the jump from the animal species that it's normally with to humans, and then it started to spread unfortunately, really easily among humans, which is how we got to the situation we're in right now.
I really miss my friends and my grandparents. When can I see them again?
So trust me, I miss my friends and family too. It's hard, and it's okay to feel upset about this. Physical distancing is really difficult sometimes, but it has really worked to reduce the spread of the virus. And that has helped keep ourselves and our families, like our grandparents and our friends, safe. So hopefully soon we will be able to see them again in person. But for now, just try the phone call or the video chats or the video games. And hopefully we'll hear more soon. By the way, I've heard that it might be somebody's birthday coming up. So I want to wish you a really happy birthday.
Hey, Dr. DeMille, what's the difference between a pandemic and an epidemic?
I'm wondering if this one's a budding epidemiologist. That's a great question. So an epidemic is when something like an infectious disease impacts a lot of people in like a community over a short period of time or over a particular time. A pandemic is basically when it is bigger and tends to impact the whole world. So you can see epidemics in different countries, and it becomes a pandemic when it's really that global. So in the case of coronavirus, it started off as an epidemic in one place and gradually spread and then became a pandemic.
Hi, Dr. DeMille. What are the chances we will experience a second wave of COVID, and how bad do you think it'll be?
So that's a good question. So it is hard to predict. This is a new experience for everybody to have this coronavirus pandemic. This is the first time we've had a coronavirus pandemic. So it's hard to predict exactly how things are going to unfold and how bad it might be. But generally, we would expect that a pandemic would have a second wave. That's very consistent in other types of pandemics that have happened in the past. I will say one thing, that we're really just finishing up the first wave of the pandemic right now, and we've learned an awful lot. And we're going to use all of that knowledge to help manage through better, in fact, or to manage through any future waves of this pandemic. And I think we're going to learn a lot. There's also a lot of research and other things that are happening, and all of that, and that's all across the world that's happening. And that's also going to inform how we respond to the next phase. So I'm hoping, that we'll have a lot in place to really prevent it from being really bad.
Oh, there's a hairband. Hey, that's my hairband. Give it back.
Oh, hi there. We were wondering, when is the pandemic gonna be over?
When is it going to be over? Mrs. DeMille, I'm wondering when the coronavirus will be over, because I'm really hoping to see my friends. Will this be over so we can see our friends again? Hey, Dr. DeMille, when will the pandemic end?
Well, I can certainly understand wanting this to be over. And, my quick answer is not fast enough. That's a really common question. We get that a lot. And the truth is, it's really hard to know when this will be over, because we're still learning a lot, and this is still fairly new to us. And a lot is happening, and certainly a lot can change. So hard to know when this will be over. I do think, though, that what we will be able to do is try to resume our normal lives as much as we can when the spread of the virus is low in the community. And we're kind of entering maybe a period where we'll have slower spread of the virus, and we will be able to do more things that we would consider normal. We just won't necessarily be doing them the same way, right? We'll be doing all of that physical distancing and maybe wearing more masks, for example, as we navigate through these times. So I often call that a new normal. We'll learn to live with COVID, to be able to do things as much as we were able to do. And there might be some things that we won't be able to do at all. I sometimes think about like really large gatherings or large parties we won't be able to do. But we could certainly try to have fun and enjoy being able to do some of the things that we like to do. So thanks everyone for submitting your questions. I must say I really liked hearing from you kids today, and you have great questions. So we're going to continue doing this. So continue sending your questions in to the email address, the Ask the MOH email address. And quite frankly, I'd be happy to hear from more kids as well. So thank you very much and have a good week.